This is the plaintiff, Rudy Hersheimer. He says he was appointed guardian for the defendant's son during a will interpretation, and the defendant is stiffing him on his pay. He did 6 hours worth of work, submitted a detailed report to the court, and is just looking to get paid for his services. Nothing more, nothing less. He's suing for $1,625, the amount of his bill. This is the defendant, Ronnie Tomasini. She says the courts ordered her to bring her underage son into the plaintiff's office. The guy asked him if he trusted his mother. The son answered yes, and then they left. Next thing she knows, she gets a lawsuit in the mail stating the plaintiff was suing her. The plaintiff has a lot of nerve trying to rip her off with this bogus fee, and she's not paying him a penny. That's for darn sure. She's accused of not lawyering up.
Okay, Rudy Hersheimer?
Yes, Judge.
Okay, you are suing Ronnie Tomasini?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, for $1,625 in legal services because you were appointed as a guardian ad litem for her son. Is this the son?
Yes.
How old are you?
20.
Okay. A couple of years ago on a probate case and were never paid. Tell me what happened.
Well, on March 11th, 2009, I received a letter in the mail appointing me as guardian ad litem for Jesse Tomasini, who at that point in time was an infant. It was for the probate.
Infant as in under 18?
Under 18. He was 17 at the time. And it was for the probate proceeding for his father, Peter Tomasini, who had passed away.
How did your husband die?
Colon cancer.
How far away from his 18th birthday was your son at the time?
2 months.
2 months. And did you hire lawyers to take the will to probate?
My husband had started this lawsuit before he passed away when he was diagnosed with terminal cancer.
And when you say started this lawsuit, you had a pending lawsuit against?
He felt it was a malpractice against the doctor.
Okay, so the same attorneys who were handling a malpractice case stepped in and was...
Changed it to a wrongful death suit when he passed away.
Okay, but now that's a separate action from the probate action, correct?
Yes, Judge.
Okay, so go on.
After being appointed guardian ad litem, I went to the surrogate's court, obtained the file, copy of the will, copy of all the papers filed.
How thick was the will? How many pages?
Approximately, it was 10 pages.
Okay.
I have a copy of the will, Judge.
Okay. Let's clarify the procedure here. You were appointed by the probate court,
Correct.
Right? And the probate court does that sort of on their own in the sense that it's not upon motion by her. There's no other party. She's just trying to get the will probate.
Correct.
Right? So what happens is that the probate judge says, well, there's a minor involved. I take it that the will left everything to you,
Yes,
correct?
ma'am.
And so we need to make sure that there's not, and that's not uncommon at all when there's a surviving parent because your husband clearly knew that you would be taking care of him.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so when there's a minor involved, the court wants to make sure that there's no shenanigans, so they appoint a guardian ad litem, which is sometimes a lawyer and sometimes not, right?
Correct.
And you happen to be a lawyer.
Yes, Judge.
Okay, and have them take a look at things and make sure everything's on the up and up. So in this case, you got appointed. How does it work in your particular, you're in what town?
Nassau County.
Okay. How does it work with the judges over there? Sometimes there's a list, and sometimes the judges just appoint the people they like.
No, there's a list.
There's a list.
Correct.
Right.
And then if your number comes up, you get called.
Okay. So you get called, you accept it, you read the will, you speak to the lawyers who are handling it.
Yes. I was able to contact 2 of the 3 subscribing witnesses, interview them to make sure that there was nothing wrong with the execution of the will and that everything was proper at the time of the execution of the will.
Okay. And then I assume you met with him.
Yes, I did, Judge,
Okay,
together with his mother.
So this bill was never paid, and my question to you is, what is your defense to paying the bill?
Okay, so the plaintiff did 6 hours of work, charged $1,625. He's a lawyer. Sound reasonable to you?
Yes, it does.
Why?
Well, he's got a degree in what he was talking about, right?
Okay, he does have a degree. It's probably like $260-ish an hour. What do you think?
I think it's fair, because if he's giving the defendant and he's a minor, he's giving the right decision or...
He's giving him good advice. I got it. Does it sound fair to you, that kind of money?
Was there a contract?
Well, yeah. I mean, but the thing is, I mean, it's really appointed by the court. That's the thing. So it's really the judge said do it, and the guy is charging that kind of money. Does it sound reasonable?
I think it does.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Going inside the courtroom.
First of all, the first bill I got was in November for $1,625.
You didn't get a bill back in...
Never.
This was how long ago?
2009.
So are you telling me none of the lawyers told you about the fact that they were meeting with him to...
Never knew anything about that, ma'am.
I don't know about that.
And he never charged me anything.
You knew that a guardian ad litem had to be appointed, right? Like, this is one of those costs of going to probate, which is why a lot of people try to avoid probate by making sure everything they own is owned in tenancy by a certain legal way called tenancy in the entireties, so that way, if somebody dies, the other person just owns it. There's no need to go to probate. I don't know what your assets at the estate.
It was just our home.
Right, right. That's a very good way to have done that, and then you avoid this $1,600 fee, the agony of having to go to the probate court, the lawyers who I'm sure charged you to represent you in probate court. You want to stay out of probate court.
I really, honestly, it was a very trying time in my life.
Understand.
My attorneys, all the other attorneys, have never charged me a dime for any of this.
Right.
This is the first time I've heard.
What ended up happening with the malpractice case?
It was dismissed because of statute of limitations.
Because too much time had passed?
Well, they said between the time that my husband last saw the gastrointestinal doctor till the time he was diagnosed with terminal cancer exceeded the statute of limitations. So the case was dismissed.
Judge, I have a copy of the order from the court. I don't know.
That's the thing that, see, here's the thing, because I am, all right, let me try to say this in a way that doesn't offend anybody, although I'm usually not very good at that. I feel that 6 hours for this is a little more than I would have authorized.
I've never even known 6 hours.
Okay.
I knew 10 minutes that we spoke. I never knew they went to court.
I know. And I feel like a lot of this was very pro forma with forms that are already in your, in fact, even the order to get paid just has a blank that's filled in with handwriting. I mean, this is like sort of stuff that's not difficult. But the bottom line is this, all right? Even if I might have done something differently because I think that this was pretty straightforward and it could be done in 2 or 3 hours, it doesn't matter what I think. Because there's a court order out there that awards him the $1,625. And it's been out there for a while. And if you feel that it is inappropriate, you need to go back to that judge and contest it with that judge. And your lawyers need to have done that back then. I find it hard to believe that your lawyers and you did not know about this because he was trying to get paid back then. So I think that they might have made the decision that it wasn't worth going back to the judge and fighting it. But I can't disrespect another judge's order. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, I didn't. Like I said, I knew nothing about this until November.
Right. I find in favor of the plaintiff in this case in the amount of $1,625. Good luck, folks.
Thank you, Judge.
Plaintiff has won this verdict here in People's Court. Step in here. What's going through your mind here? You don't look very happy coming out.
I'm not. I think this is just a big theft.
By him?
I had attorneys working on this lawsuit that my husband started for 4 years and never charged me a dime.
How emotional is this whole thing for
Horrible. You have no idea.
Yeah.
I wouldn't wish it on anybody. And now I have to pay $1,600.
Give me an idea.
My husband passed away. Healthy as a horse. Came home from work with a stomach ache. Took him to the doctor.
And
They said tumors everywhere.
Now you have to go through this.
Now I have to go through this. For a 5-minute interview with this man. I never knew they went to court. I never knew anything of this.
All right. Well, good luck. Good luck to you both. All right. Head around the corner there. All right. So come on in here. If you get your money, step on in here, and you look across the courtroom, and what? Do you empathize with the defendant?
I do. I didn't set the fee. It was the court that set the fee for the work that was done.
You think can you do your job in a more personable way, maybe? I don't know. Empathize a little bit more to please them?
Probably not. I think that at some point in time, no matter how you would have handled it or what you would have done, would have resulted in the same feelings.
Harvey?
Okay, you know, you can sue a lawyer in regular court, but there's also an alternative. In many states, the state bar can actually mediate disputes between lawyers and their clients if the clients are really ticked off about the fee. So what you should do is check with the state bar in your area if you're having a fee dispute. Sometimes it's easier and cheaper to go through the state bar than it is to go to a regular court. But the first thing you should do is call your state bar.